Hey everybody, welcome back to the Real Estate Machine Show. I am your host, Chris Matan. Thank you so much for joining me today. So, what's on everybody's mind these days? Everybody is kind of dying in this real estate market with the massive shortage of inventory, the huge amounts of buyers in the market. Everybody trying to buy the same property, multiple offers, prices way over asking price. Just challenge after challenge after challenge, and it's frustrating. And the question is how long is this going to last? Is there a bubble? Is there going to be a crash? Should I wait? Are there going to be deals coming onto the market? And that's anybody's guess, really, when it comes down to it. But if you really want my opinion, if it matters at all, and kind of what I think is going to happen is nothing. I think that this is going to go on for a little while, and the reason being is a couple things. I think that there is such a huge amount of buyers in the market, and just if you look at demographics in general, just generalized demographics with you call baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, there are a ton of people out there that are buying. Millennials are a huge demographic, and they're all buyers. They all want to buy, so that's not going to stop. Interest rates are low. Shoot, even if interest rates jumped a point and a half, they're still low. So what's going to stop a buyer from buying? There's not a whole lot. And, we could talk about jobs and we could talk about employment. We could talk about politics and all that kind of stuff. But, I think generally speaking that this market is going to continue for quite some time. And the balance is still, I say it, several years out, a couple years out. So the question is that what are these buyers going to do if the inventory stays low and the competition stays high? Really, it's going to come down to your wants and your needs, right? And I think that buyers are going to have to make adjustments to what they're willing to buy. The perfect house, the perfect place, the perfect location. I think locations are going to change. I think people that want to be right here are going to decide, well, maybe I'll be right here 5 miles away, or right here 3 miles away. There's a school district situation, right? Everybody wants to be in a certain school district, or maybe that's a driver. But, when it comes down to employment, I think people are going to be willing to go a little further out. Connectivity is increasing every single day. And, the old model of living close to where you work is not as big of a deal anymore. So I think if buyers will open up their parameters a little bit, and maybe accept something that they're not normally willing to accept, because when you buy today and you actually get the house, you're a winner. You're actually a winner because you beat out 10 other people. But there's still houses out in the market. There are some houses that aren't selling, in hours. So if you can open up yourself a little bit and pick up some of those houses, or I'm a big off-market guy, and, your agent is going to have to do a little bit more than just waiting for the MLS and, that perfect house to pop on the MLS, because your perfect house is the same perfect house as 10 other people. And that's just kind of where we stand. So, you're going to have to be creative about how you find your houses. You see a house, an address that you like for whatever reason, and there's no sign in front of it, you got to go direct. I've said this before on another video, but you got to go direct and at least try, and have your agent do that. And if your agent is afraid to do that, change agents. If your agent doesn't know how to find the phone number to do that, or knock on the door to do that, change agents. If you have, you got a landscaper that's not cutting your grass, man, you got to change your landscaper, right? It's the same kind of thing. So anyway, I think that there's going to be it needs to be a little bit of a mindset shift with buyers, and, just to compete and just to find the property that they want or need. And, also us agents are going to have to make a shift too, and get creative on how we service our clients. We can go on and on about this. Sellers too, sellers now all of a sudden they're in this market, and they've got, are slowly creeping up on that unrealistic expectation sometimes. And you got to watch out, man. You get those 10, 12 offers on your house, you better pick the right one. Not necessarily the best one on paper, but the right one. because there's a lot of houses that are coming back on the market because these buyers are in such a frenzy. They figure they got to tie up the property, right? That was a big deal a long time ago. Commercial real estate, tie up the property, just tie it up, tie it up. So they go out and they tie up the property, and then they go into their inspection and they get their financing and all that stuff, and they have a minute to breathe and take a closer look at the house, and all of a sudden, maybe it's not the house that they need or want. And they back out of the deal, and the house is back on the market. That's happening too. But then there's another 10 offers behind it. So who cares for the seller, right? Anyway, like I said, we can go on and on about this topic. If you want to chat further about any of this, feel free to direct message me or call me. My number is 312-493-8171. I'd be happy to have this conversation. It's just such a talking point these days, and it's venting. A lot of people just want to call and vent on what are we going to do? How are we going to get it? What are we going to do? What do we got to do? So anyway, listen, enjoy the rest of your day and weekend. It is a Sunday afternoon. It's rainy here in Cleveland. And, we're going to get going for a new Monday, and hope all is well. Stay tuned.